hope to lose because I prefer my losing picture.
It's win-win for me because either I lose and my awesome picture of me being last place shows up, or I win and I look like a genius. So
can blame. I'm guessing those headphones are fairly soundproof. I kind of want to go and tell him that you were hoping they'd lose.
Oh, well, he doesn't skip ear day. I can guarantee that.
Skip ear day.
He doesn't skip ear day. Have you seen him? Come on. Well, here we go, kicking things off on Overpass. It's going to be Complexity on the CT side, Cloud9 on the T side. We'll see if Cloud9 can finally come back in this one and have a decent debut here in the Pro League. And Complexity, I mean, we got to talk with them kind of a little bit. Some inside information, I should say. And they've been playing 9 days straight, so they feel like they have a pretty competent map pool. What'd you just about?
Because you had inside information.
Oh, well, we kind of did. Yeah. 9 days straight, though, and they're feeling pretty confident. And they were saying that Overpass is in their pool. So let's see how it's going to work out for them.
Well, so far, not so good. They've lost Obo early on in this round. Blame F is going to be aggressive as well, but his teammates are falling like flies. He's going to need to do something here. Tens just rips his head off as he runs around the corner and leaves Rush and Def trying to defend a site 2 versus 5. They're going to need to pull off some sort of miracle play, and Rush is not going to be the man to do it. And well, a Def 1v5. I'm pretty sure we'll need the national anthem playing for this one.
What is it?
It'll be a national holiday. God save the Queen, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to sing it a little bit.
Oh, he didn't win, so I don't need to.
Would you have if he did?
Maybe a little.
Okay.
But you'll never know. That's the thing. If he'd pulled off a 1v5, you know, I think there would have been cannons flying, of course, out of the castles. Something like that, you know.
Cannons flying out of the castle.
Well, they fire the cannons. The cannonballs are what is flying.
Okay.
Or corgis, you know, you could shove a couple of them in there.
I mean, wait, why would you do that to a poor corgi?
Yes, it's the Queen's dog.
Well, here we go into the second round. Oh my gosh. Hopefully it's not her dog, or she might put you to the guillotine. Cloud9 looking for a take on towards B. Do have a scout, double scout for Shazam and Blame. Though I don't know how much it's actually going to be able to use it, considering they're on the other side of the map. And well, 3 players, just as quickly as our observer tries to switch them, they all die. And I think Cloud9 should have this round, and Complexity is just going to look to save these weapons.
Yeah, unfortunately for the observers, they could have just used auto-direct, and then it would have been automatic.
You're better than that, Tom. You're better than that. Come on.
This is where I can use my puns, because not much else is going to be happening in this round. Maybe a scout shot or 2, although I'm hoping not there. Getting flashbacks.
I mean, if you wanted to, they could just show us some more German around the map, and I can try to translate it for you with my 7 years of German experience.
Is it as good as my couple of years of Ukrainian experience?
It's just about the same.
I'm not sure. I think yours is slightly better because I think I would say about 90% of words I know in either Russian or Ukrainian, I can't say on air. And mainly that's because those are the words my girlfriend uses to address me. So, yeah.
Abenteuer Spielplatz. It's a playground. I already know that one. Nature Park, or I can honestly say that one correctly.
Really?
That's Nature Park.
Is it Nature? Is it Nature Park?
It is Park. Yeah.
Wow, you're a genius.
I mean, that's the great thing about German. There's a lot of similarities, and right now we're seeing some similarities from the last round as Cloud9 is just rushing straight in towards this B site. Complexity waiting with 3 players with just USPs, and just as quickly as they die in the last round, they do so again. Oh, Zeus. Okay, well, disappointing. Blame F trying to do something with the scout. Does hit some tags, but
oh, that's just unlucky. 3 tags, but no kills. And, well, Cloud9 are off to a flying start. They got lots of money in their pockets and going to be looking to try and build into this T side. Of course, that's the easy part done. You win the pistol, you get the follow-up rounds, and now is where you expect to see the investment back in. Shazam still only going to have a glass cannon AWP, but the rest of the team will have their rifles alongside some utility. Should mean that a B rush is a little bit easier to defend against, and well, it's looking like there might be another one.
Oh, Rush has Incendiary this time to help halt this. The smoke going to come through. He's actually smoked himself off, so he's getting Molotov and provides some sort of cover. The problem is he has nowhere to really escape, which leaves down pretty much by himself on the site, but somehow Rush is able to get one. Obo as well chiming in, carrying over from the last map. They know Rush is in talks, so they know Obo should be around water. Mixwell pushes up, gets the first kill. They should be able to close out the second, though. Rush is playing actually in front of the barrels, and Kusta jumps in behind him. BlameF comes in to help actually alleviate the pressure on towards Rush. And maybe Cloud9 is going to prefer to not rush back into the player. I don't know how he survives that.
Even still, plenty of money for the T's to buy back up with. This is not the end of the story whatsoever. A much better hold coming out from the CT side, but I think they kind of read into that one. You can definitely gamble a lot of players early on to the B site, especially on Overpass, just because there's such quick rotations back up the stairs, and a lot of the time you can just have a player spotting into middle. If they see anything, then you start gambling players back in the other direction. It's what they've done again in this round. 4 players ready and waiting on the B site. There's going to be a flashbang or 2. I think this is more of an elaborate ruse being thrown in by Cloud9. They actually did this to win one of their first rounds on Dust 2, as they kept doing the same thing again and again. So they then fake that they're doing that thing and then go in a different direction. And, well, they're going to slowly start clearing out different portions of the map around A. Still taking water control, though, so the CT side can't really get too much information. Automatic's actually going to be boosted up. Looking for the spot. I think he did catch a glimpse of Obo. However, the push is actually going to come in from the CT side. The T's also starting to challenge for the toilets control as well. So it's looking like we're going to get a brawl in mid.
Here we go, smoke's being thrown in. Nice timing out of BlameF, considering there's 30 seconds left. He actually halts any sort of aggression as they want to go through the smoke or through the restroom. And now with everything being thrown towards the A site, they're now going to know where they're going to be coming from. Def trying to help assist BlameF as they do push the smoke with a nice flashbang, but Def's able to get the first. Actually rotating back towards the B side. Obo's going to be there waiting. Rush trying to get back towards water to help out. And Obo's going to be overwhelmed, but he gets the first. Rush not able to, unfortunately, chime in, but Kusta cracks open the site, gets the bomb down. Now it's on Shazam and Def on a 2-on-3 retake. Very risky here, considering Shazam does have the AWP. I almost wonder if they're actually just going to give this one up. And with Def already heading back towards the top of A, I would imagine that's exactly what's going to happen.
Don't even really understand why Shazam's picking this. I guess the reason that Def... Actually, if Def hadn't pushed much further, I could understand this, because it seems like he'd be trying to basically deny anybody getting close to them from behind, in case they were looking to try and remove the weapons, but... That seems like one of those positions that I feel like a lot of players do this, where they peek into a site because, like, oh, I could get an extra kill and remove a weapon. But it's even when the other team has a load of money, and it almost seems like a mini sort of confidence boost where you go, well, I got a kill. So, you know, I did something in this round. When in reality, you didn't.
The downside's way worse than the upside of that.
Yeah, for sure. So if you lose that AWP, it's like, yeah, well, at least I got a kill.
I wonder if they're going to use him to actually go for a quick pick in towards middle. Or at least set him up for some sort of potential chance for a shot. He's actually going to go for it. It's blinded up, but doesn't really have a chance anyway, since no one was actually in his crosshair at the time. And they're keeping BlameF around him too. I kind of like this to support him and of course pick up the AWP if he does drop it. And of course, if Shazam takes the shot, maybe they're not going to actually check that tree. Or a rock. Though, I think if BlameF tried to do that in real life, you would still see him.
We need a very big rock. Well, Daps already going to be getting the opening pick. Of course, massive limitations in this round. Def is going to have one of the rifles. It's the old guard of complexity trying to win them around. That's not a bad trade. Retrieval of this weapon seems to be fairly unlikely, but with the aggression of BlameF, they've managed to actually gamble on the other side of the map. They can pretty much send their players into B just because he has found out that information. The problem is Def gets a little bit curious, has a peek around and loses his life. Shazam is only good for one, and while BlameF needs some pretty filthy deegs. I think they may have heard that. Although actually Kusta's looking in the wrong direction. Maybe not. Won't matter in the end. Smoke going to be thrown out, maybe just as a bit of a bait, but it doesn't do anything. 5-1. Cloud9 continue to streak things back and get themselves this early lead on the T side. And we'll now be interested to see how much money there actually is for the CT side. It should be decent at this point, but it's whether or not they can afford another AWP.
I do wonder, though, why did Def push short? He already had the M4. Rescuing the weapon couldn't have been a possibility, considering there was no need to. And he kind of put himself in a position to not really have an upside. Maybe it's for information, but...
Yeah, I think it was, because BlameF had the info that he'd pushed through long. So he knows that they're either already up to A or in the water. So it was a risky information peek, and it just didn't work out at all. Ooh. Nice shot from Shazam. It's going to get one through the wall. Still fairly low on HP, and he's the only defender, at least initially, on that A site. Tens, well, that's as easy as you like. Can't get the second, though, but it still gives a man advantage over onto the T side.
Oh, he caught him reloading.
Trying to get back, but it isn't going to work out. Once again, Def is just going to be the last man standing, and I don't really know what he can hope to achieve in this scenario. Maybe if he gets the right site at the right time and can catch somebody with their pants down, there's a chance, but I can't say I'm really a believer, and it's looking like Cloud9 are good for another. Okay. Oh, dear. Well, he was given the chance.
You hate to see it, Tom.
You have to punish the man with his pants down, Def. I don't think the saying sounds as good when you say it like that, does it? Well, you say catch him with his pants down, but the whole point is in this scenario, you're supposed to punish him. You can't just catch him. It's a bit weird.
Oh my God. Speaking of weird.
I was just waiting for one of them to die, Jason.
I didn't.
You know
I thought we were an overpass, not 1v1 op India. Well, Cloud9, pretty much the inverse start from map 1 on Dust 2. I think it was, what, 7-0 before they went around? Now it's currently 6-1, and they have a decent amount of money. It's not as much as I actually expected, to be fair, being up with this kind of lead. But they'll still obviously be able to vibe to the next rounds, even if they do lose this one. And Shazam just quickly backs away, realizing, yeah, I don't want to take that battle up against the SG. And the big 4-man stack at B allows Complexity to have a decent chance to do some damage. The problem is, Automatic's not missing too many shots.
Another entry. Okay. Not able to get anything done once again. Information gathered, but now a 2-man advantage down. Won't do anything either. And this is just like simplistic cleanup at the moment. We've not even really seen much damage done to Cloud9's side over the last few rounds. Kusta does get dinked up, but well, Shazam just going to be hoping to make as much money as possible here. An extra dig, an extra kill. Maybe retrieve himself a weapon. That would be the ideal scenario, but I don't think that's going to be happening as Kusta's in a bit of an off position. And it's going to be 7-1 now in favor of Cloud9, but this should be where at least we get the weaponry back.
What was that Molotov at the end?
I don't know. That almost seemed like a bit of a meme.
I don't know. Is he trying to punish his teammate? Either way. It wasn't quite like the smoke we saw with Fallen on Train. If you guys missed on that, it was like a 200 IQ play. I'm sure you can see a clip of it over on Reddit.
Well, Dust was saying he didn't expect to see Daps top fragging. And while they're winning, and he currently only has 1 kill. But I don't think it's because he's really had that much to do. 1 and 3. The rest of the team having a strong performance across the board. We do have a buy back up, the AWP back in. This time it's going to be Mixwell looking for the opener, and Rush jumps at the wrong moment. Hands the Spaniard the opener. Once again, they're trying to break into this B site. I don't even think this was intended, as they've left the bomb back. This wasn't even meant to be the push, but after finding that opening pick, I don't really blame them for making a move forward. Kusta's performance is night and day at the moment. Mixwell's only died once. Only twice for Kusta as well. Obo manages to get back into the corner. He was one of the star performers in the previous map. Blame F getting aggressive. And while Def has at least caught one off, but he's now really the only defender left within this site. It's weird. They've actually doubled back around.
The bomb, it's running straight into BlameF's hand. BlameF gets the kill. He gets the bomb down. The reinforcements are fortunately not really going to be there. Shazam's locked in towards heaven, and he actually picks up the kill in an automatic. Does he expect the second? Well, he goes for the shot, but able to get the kill. Now BlameF, can he somehow hold on? Switch up his position. Get in towards connector. He's going to know Tens is going to be there now. He's able to get the kill, not turned into a 1-on-1. Somehow BlameF might be able to pull this clutch off. He knows where the last player is going to be, and then he can basically just wait, because what? He's going to have to run for the bomb, and with 15 seconds, there's only realistically one side he can go for. It's going to be back towards B now. BlameF trying to hold on. He can catch him on the plant. And Daps, actually, he taps it. He's not committing to it. And they don't even spot each other. And somehow, BlameF on the long rotate. Look at his face. He was like, what the hell just happened? But you know what, BlameF? You just won the round for you in Complexity. Awkward round.
That was such a weird round. The thing is, it's kind of not even a good situation now for Complexity, because they win a round, but they get nothing saved. They lose every single player.
Sorry for winning the round, team. My bad.
Yeah, it's an odd scenario. Like, you could see how confused he was at the end, because I think that Cloud9 kind of it just became so messy.
I want to test our replay ops here, and if you can give me a replay of his face when he won the round. I want to see if they have the potential to do that. It is 2019. Maybe there's a small chance, but that...
So you struggle to remember what map's coming up next, and you expect them to be able to get an exact replay.
You asked me who picked the map. That's different. The one time I don't write it down. But man, that kill though, they had the A site wide open to him.
So there you go. You can remember the map, what side of the map was picked, or who picked the map, whatever. And so they just showed you a replay of him getting the kills instead. So there you go.
I'll take it.
It was close. You could see his face technically, just not live.
Just wasn't it wasn't moving.
Oh, 7-2. Complexity get around, but you wouldn't think so if you looked at their buy. 2 Famises, 2 MP9s, and a UMP. It is disgusting as a winning buy, especially when the losers have come in with what is pretty much as good as it gets. They've got the AWP, a couple of SGs and the AKs on Tens and Kusta. Yeah, just being a little bit more patient in this round. I think that, obviously, in that scenario, just having the bomb rotating on its own is a little bit worrying, but also just the fact that BlameF was in their spawn. Like, you can't really predict that, so it's more of a blip on the radar.
The thing is, they did have 2 players rotate towards A through connectors, so they probably thought, like, why would you be flanking? We didn't see anyone, right? And the funny thing is, if BlameF ran like a second earlier towards T-spawn, I think he would have been heard by the player who did come up connector. It's kind of this weird situation arising and kind of coming together to make an odd round actually happen. Well, even with this buy, 30 seconds left, they have some incendiaries to help delay the plant. And also, they have Def in a decent position. The problem is, I'm pretty sure Daps is going to check this. Yep, 100%. And now we see the attack come in. Shazam's getting taken low, but he does get the kill into Daps, and Kusta's just going to continue his streak as he picks up another kill.
BlameF just lurking within the smoke. The thing is, though, from here on, there shouldn't be much he can do, but he does manage at least a frag. The problem is, this buy is so lackluster, they don't even have a kit. They've got no utility. Like, what can they really hope to do here? Mixwell with just a pixel shot. Even gets the second as well. BlameF, there's nothing he can do but just try and save a slightly better weapon than he had. But they're going to come hunting. They're looking for him, and Mixwell's just hitting everything at the moment. 14-2. I'm sure he's going to break the 100 ADR comfortably. And while this is a completely different look, and while they said that this was in their map pool, but at the moment it's not really looking like it is.
I mean, technically it's in their map pool because it's in the map pool.
That's a cop-out answer, and you know it.
Yeah, but you know how it is with teams and cop-out answers. Those are some great shots out of Mixwell, though, to be fair. Well, unfortunately for Complexity, even though they did win the round 2 rounds ago, they still don't have a great buy. Rush, that does some decent damage. Leaves Obo hoping for some support, and it's going to be there in the hands of Def, and it's going to be coming in from short, too. Shazam just going to burn up. He's able to get one. Obo's able to chime in, and just like that, it actually might become a real possibility, down to a 2-on-2. And they have a 2-on-1 situation with Mixwell by himself on site. However, Obo falling isn't ideal.
Still Def's in a good position, but Daps ready and waiting. 9-2, domination continues out, and well, this is where we saw the comeback in the previous map start to begin. This is where the opposing side seemed to have enough and managed to get rolling. The difference being, though, is this is just a dominating T side out from Cloud9. They're allowed to set the pace. They've been aggressive. Obo, well,
that's got to be for Monster, right?
If nothing else works, then why not throw in an auto?
Oh no, they're
sniper?
boosting him.
I'm hoping it's not that boost, if you know what I mean. Oh, already? Tens is going to be going down. The frustration of the auto sniper. I wonder if they'll just try and avoid it. The thing is, if you have a prominent enough AWPer, doesn't really matter that much, especially against SGs nowadays. You can get those filthy one taps. Mixwell also has been just hitting everything. There's a reason they flew this man over from Spain, took him out of his Spanish team. Movie star will definitely be missing him now, as he's currently 16-2. Def has got close into the angle. I wonder if Mixwell's going to predict it. He doesn't, so that's at least going to be another freebie kill, but Kusta is able to trade it back without too much trouble. The thing is now, with 40 seconds left on the clock, they're looking to try and make their move into this site. Shazam is still holding, and there's another aggressor in the form of BlameF. They're definitely not going to expect him there. There's a cheeky move to make, and the bomb now dropped with 30 seconds left, and they've been smoked out of all avenues. It's really on to Daps to make some sort of play, and with BlameF currently having him boxed in, and even the peek now from Rush, but Automatics found 2 quick headshots. Even though he hasn't had to do too much so far, this would be a big clutch to make. The only problem is BlameF is so far away. Even with this kill, he has to run, get the bomb, plant it. BlameF's just going to run away. See ya.
I'm not gonna lie, I was getting real scared there for a second, not seeing him move. But he will take the round, and we'll get Complexity to the third. But again, look at the money they have to spend. That's 2 rounds he's won for them. But is it really a win? You have so many players on so little money. And again, Complexity going to use one of their timeouts to talk some things over, and I think that's fair. It's just so weird and so unfortunate for him to be like, all right, I won the round, guys, and then have to apologize for winning the round. But considering how late I guess we're getting into this half, they'll take any of the rounds that they can get.
Yeah, they're going to give Keita a little bit of a chance to try and like pitch something in, maybe something he's seen. He has previously been an observer, so he should be pretty good at spotting the different things in the round that's going wrong. Maybe that'll be Prius's future job as well, like looking to be a coach.
Have you seen Prius play?
No, actually, I haven't. Actually, no, I saw him in one of the show matches, and to be fair, he did quite well.
Have you seen me play the show match for ESL Pro League? First season?
No.
Me, Sumler, Moses played against Anders, Devil Walk, and Natu.
I'm guessing you lost.
We won. And I had a 1v3 clutch.
Okay, let's not tell lies.
I'm not. Go look it up.
I'm not going to do that.
I know. I don't.
I can just look up better Jason Kaplan videos, like the one of you shaving your head.
That is a pretty damn good video.
You should go back to that hairstyle. Then we can match.
God. You have to pay me a lot of money to do that.
Well, you know, I've heard your day rate. I think you're being paid enough.
Just because they gave you half your rate, Tom, all right? Well, Cloud9 still with a massive advantage, still having the op for Mixwell, who, like you said before, is performing so well. He was unfortunately not able to live up to this kind of play on Dust 2. You have to wonder how things might be if that happened. But still 9-3 and 2 FAMASas, not a ton of utility used on the side of Complexity. Even an SMG for Rush. It's so weird that the rounds they've been able to win, the rounds off the back of that, haven't been able to net them any consistency. Haven't been able to net them really any streaks.
Once again, though, the time's starting to get low. They haven't really made any moves in this round, and they're just pushing into what is a stacked toilet, which is not something you ever want to see. Automatic, though, will at least be able to flush out a couple. But Def's still there. Another double of his own, and 10 seconds left. Mixwell can't hit the shot at close range. Complexity doing exactly the same as Cloud9, starting to drag a few rounds back at the depths of the round. Or the depth of the round. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite proud of all my toilet puns in that round.
As long as someone is out there.
Just me. I was gonna say my mum, but that'd be really weird.
I mean, you obviously had to learn it from somewhere. Ooh, Shazam. That's an unfortunate shot to miss. I don't know if he's gonna be able to escape here either. He's gonna hit the first shot on Kusa, but Mixwell's gonna turn that one. And BlameF not really in a position to support. However, if he gets some kills here, it might have been worth the trade.
This is something they've done quite well. Their control on A actually seems to be decent. It's the B side that's been the weaker of the two, but after finally getting a round or two there, it seems like Cloud9 have switched into this A site play, and I'm not really sure why. It definitely wasn't broken on the other side of the map. Oh, he didn't see him.
What?
He still hasn't seen him. His head is poking over, but...
Don't skip I day, BlameF.
It's one of those things, and Daps definitely knows that he's left, so he's going to go walking onto the site. This should be a free bomb plant. The question is, does he make... I was thinking, would he make the big brain play and go all the way back around to B and try and like catch somebody on that side of the map, but
no,
instead...
They're going towards B? Wait, what? You saw BlameF start to run towards Connector, but they had 2 players there. Now they realize, yeah, there's no bomb here, man. It's over towards A, and he's going to be wondering, how the hell did it get there?
Another very confusing round, leaving Daps into a 1v2 clutch, and well, I'm not sure BlameF can give any information as to where his opponent currently is, other than, okay, he's probably not in toilets, because I've just run all the way through there. Maybe expecting him to double back around. The bomb is going to be tapped. Obo, I think he knows he has to be around this corner, and Daps is going to win the duel. Now there's just no time. BlameF needs to get onto the bomb, and he needs to be on it, well, about 5 seconds ago, as it is going to be going off. Daps even going to go down to his own plant, but he'll get them into double digits, 10-4.
Honestly confusing. To be fair, I think that was deserved for Daps, because he lost a round by running through T-spawn right into BlameF, and then this time he gets around him to plant the bomb and win.
Yeah, there's balance, I guess.
Thanos would be proud.
Well, no, not at the moment, because they're all alive.
We'll see if that's going to stick around. Into our last round of the half, Shazam going to go for the peek. This time he's going to hit the shot. And he's going to get away safely. I would have almost liked to have seen him go for like a pick towards Monster, because we haven't really seen Complexity try to challenge that.
Yeah, I think the problem is their opponents have been so good, automatic. Straight through the smoke, and I'm not sure what Rush was trying to attempt there. That was a Hail Mary play if ever I've seen one. Because this is just silly. Like, this is actually just silly. Like, automatic has now killed 3 people through smoke.
No. 2 through smoke, 1 through a wall.
Even still. Like, just silly stuff coming out from Complexity
in
this final round. And while eventually Mixwell's going to close it out. 11-4, dominating T-half coming out from Cloud9. And it definitely seems like there's some serious holes within the Complexity defense. But really, just like all the players that we needed to step up did. Like, Mixwell had a phenomenal half. Automatic was playing very well. Also, Kusta, a complete turnaround from the previous map. And while now going forwards, they only need 5 more rounds on the CT side, and they have closed this one out. Of course, this is the end of Dust 2, for anyone who didn't see it. And you'll get to see the end of this map after the break.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empowered those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empowered those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. Then you better use it. Tell yourself day after day it's time to prove it. No days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you wanted to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said I know I empowered those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody.
Cloud9 have finally started to show up in the match, taking 11-4 in the first half. Mixwell and Automatic and Kusta 18-17-16, all having a phenomenal half. And as we swap over with Complexity now attacking and Cloud9 defending, see if they can continue that momentum and take it to a third map of Mirage. Complexity looking to make a push towards B. 10's going to spot them out already. It's going to be able to readjust. And they do have one more flashbang off the hands of Daps. They do have a kit. Oh my gosh,
Nice start from 10's. Kusta are also going to be able to double in with another, but there is at least a trade they're not going to expect. Mixwell, that was just instantaneous as he takes out Shazam and leaves Rush and Death. I think they're going to rush to their death at this rate. There's only he stands left. The lonely Brit. Try and, well, save the round, and Mixwell's not going to allow it. 12-4. Domination continues within this map, and in reality, I don't see a world where they bring this back.
I think I'd agree with that too. We haven't really been able to, well, actually to be fair, on Dust 2, they were able to get the streaks going, but they also struggled to close out the match. And to be able to bounce back in this situation, seems like tough times. We're gonna have a little bit of a timeout coming in, assuming that's gonna be out of Complexity. But 12-4 is one hell of a score line, and obviously they haven't had too much time together. We have to wonder how deep is their actual pool. what maps have they prepared for coming into this tournament, is it doesn't really seem like Overpass was. BlameF hasn't had the same impact. Obo, I mean, him in particular, it's just night and day between him on Dust 2 and him here on Overpass.
This was so fast. Yeah, I think also we've just had to step up from the majority of Cloud9's side, which it just, that's the thing. This roster has a lot of depth when it comes to talent, and that's one of the things that when you look at the other side, there's a few players that if they step up, like if you look at Obo and BlameF, I think they're okay. Like Rush, obviously, if he hits his peak, which we haven't seen for a long time. But on the other side of things, like pretty much every member, excluding maybe Japs, although he did play well in the last round, can dominate a game. Right, again, Kusta's another one who we haven't really seen it for a while, but the rest of the team have been predominantly good, even in the bad times of Cloud9 for Automatic. Mixwell as well, when he's been playing with Movie Star Riders, was fantastic as well, and Tens is the new guy on the block, so you get them popping off, and I don't think there's anything the guys on Complexity can do about it. Well, for now, they've gone for the force buy. I think knowing how far down they actually are, it will leave them in a likely scenario of only really getting one proper buy. And even now, 40 seconds left on the clock, a couple of smokes, weaponry at a minimum. They've not really been given any chances to take fights as of yet, and there's already going to be, well, a fourth player rotating into this A site.
There they go, running around the corner. Oba does finally get a kill here on the Mixwell, looking for a second, but Kusta, he'll be able to hold them back. Daft as well takes down BlameF. Shazam gonna chime in with the scout for one. The problem is the bomb's down, and Cloud9 already have the round with 17 seconds left to go. Kusta on 20 kills and 8 deaths. And I'd agree with you, I find it hard to imagine that Cloud9 could somehow throw away a lead like this. I think we should almost slowly start to turn our eyes towards that third and final map of Mirage.
I feel like I could never own one of those keyboards because I would, especially if it was moving, I think I'd just be like, ooh, pretty.
You would just stare at the keyboard instead of play. Is that any different than your
well, just when I'm moving
your
like
skill in game?
W? We'll need to go left a bit.
Wait, W with left?
No, well, that was the next key. That would be A, Jason.
Well, technically it's Q next to left of W. Oh, that facial expression you just gave me, that made it worth it. To sound like an idiot, it made it worth it. Complexity. Yeah, able to get a kill with Def with the Deagle. The nade's gonna come in and, well, dunk him down. Kusta adds the next one to his tally. Now at the range they're fighting at, shouldn't really be a chance for Complexity to win this, especially with Kusta firing on all cylinders at 23 kills. I was gonna say 24, but Mixwell steals that away. He gets himself 2 more, puts himself on 23 to join Kusta. And Cloud9 are 2 rounds away from heading over to Mirage.
Yeah, Orp even going to be brought in. Definitely having a lot more fun with this one, and again, like this is where almost the last-ditch effort comes in for Complexity. They're going to have their investment. Bomb plant is needed just to even have a good buy into the next round, and if they can win this, sure, maybe they can start a streak, but they managed 7 in the last map. They need 10 to get them back here, and I can't say I'm much of a believer of that, especially with the way that Cloud9 have currently been playing. They can keep up performances like this. I think there'll be a few NA fans dusting off the jerseys.
Hopefully the moths haven't gotten to him.
Yeah, maybe putting the liquid ones back into the cupboard, but I think we've got a long way to go.
Oh man, Kusta, there should be no way they expect him to be that far pushed up. Obo looking to swing wide to spot him out. Kusta's still trying to play with the smoke as it dissipates. He doesn't, I was gonna say, doesn't expect it to be that close, but Obo could actually come around the corner and take his head clean off. Shadow gives it away, but it doesn't matter. Obo is gonna have the victory on that. It's Complexity with the man lead. Oh, kill. 40 seconds left to go. Complexity are leaving this down to the wire.
Oh, I like this, though. They're actually going to go doubling back into the B site. There's been some heavy gambles from Cloud9, and it's going to leave this site relatively open. Tens, I believe, is watching it from heaven. Now, he does have an incendiary, and considering there's only 20 seconds left on the clock, oh, he would have had the right rotation, but that one kill coming in from Blame actually rotates them back a little bit. Tens is now going to look to try and bounce in that incendiary onto the site. Good kill from Rush, though. He's got to go through the Molotov to get that bomb down, and that's exactly what he does and just about survives. I think he was tagged. Maybe by Mixwell, but
Ran through quite a bit of fire as well.
Mixwell is going to kill off Blame F. It's looking like more of a save effort, although there are a couple of low players. And in fact, Mixwell's gone. Daps may be calling, saying, no, come back. But he's already head off to long. Just looking to try and keep those remaining weapons. And it is the right call. Tens can buy himself. Daps can drop a gun. Kusta can probably get an extra one in there as well. So the buy won't be too bad from Cloud9. And you can see Daps just having a little look around, seeing if he can find anybody to finish off. Will, of course, survive in the corner. And Complexity have at least got their first round on the board. They've kept themselves in this at least for now.
But it wasn't easy. The thing was, it came down to the last few seconds to even get the bomb planted, and the only reason they cleanly got in there was the fact that Blame F got a kill towards long. It turned the attention of Cloud9 back towards the A site. Let's see, can they build up some pace, build up some momentum? As they're sure as hell gonna need it to claw back 9 rounds just to tie it up. I almost want to see them get fast paced, get aggressive over towards the B site. Like what was being done to them, but I don't know if they're really prepared for that necessarily. Look how aggressive Cloud9 are being over towards Playground.
Yeah, Kusta looking to try and get in the face of Shazam, and that's exactly what he hits right off the bat. They're going to take that kill and just fall back. Not looking to overface in this scenario, just want to keep the man advantage. Or say fall back. Everybody's going to fall back except Kusta. He's going to stick around, maybe just to try and hold up rotations. Def with the spray, and it's actually Rush to get the kill. Def just walks into the Molotov. Okay. Clearly wanting to get this over and done with. And while Blame F and Obo left, they were the deadly duo on the previous map. Now they're just dead. As Obo, with only 6 kills within this map so far, would need to rapidly increase his tally, and before he can even finish the sentence, he is already down. 15 and 5, they bounce back right away, and I wonder how much money is there actually going to be on the T side here, because I don't think there's going to be too much.
It shouldn't be. It's going to be a scrappy buy no matter what, though. And it's going to be a scrappy round no matter what out of them, considering they have yet to show any consistency at all when it comes to this map. And you can see a MAC-10, nothing for Obo. 2 AKs and an SG. Mixwell now gonna push up, getting aggressive, and Kusta sets him up as he knocks him down with the flashbang. Getting them one step closer to that third and final map of Mirage. Even retreating back towards Connector, where he doesn't have anyone even watching his back. He's not confident they're gonna be pushing towards middle.
Is going to find Obo as well. This is looking like the beginning of the end. Mixwell still around there with the Deeg. He doesn't even need the AWP. And he might be about to find the bomb. It's still left on towards the T ramp. He doesn't actually look in that direction. Doesn't decide to push any further just yet. Again, a peculiar round. Just look at the position that Blame F's got into. Like, how on earth has he managed to get here? I don't actually know how he's done it. He's a magician. And this could be one of the only ways that they manage to win this round. Rush is going back to try and find the bomb. Tens is about to get the shock of his life. Just like in a pantomime, he's behind you, and Blame F doesn't want to let him get away. He's just going to go for the pick instead. Daps, in the meantime, waiting on short. Automatic making the rotation back. 25 seconds, and the bomb's about to cross right in his direction. He might hear the footstep smokes go down, but there's nothing they can do to stop him. Rush is going to be able to make it at least towards the site, but do they know that Daps is in this corner? That's the real problem. Nade going to go over the top, peek out from Daps, that's the planter down, and now it's all on to Blame. He's left to try and save them once more. The Dane in North America. Trying to grasp to something, but Mixwell's not going to give him even a moment's notice. Cloud9 come back in utterly dominant fashion in the second map, winning 16-5 versus Complexity. And of course, this means that we are going to be going to a third and final map. Mirage is on the cards. Neither team able to take it on their opponent's map choice. And, well, that one wasn't even close.